There we go, guys. We're live. How y'all doing today? Let's test the chat. Well, looks like we got a couple people here. How's the sound volume? Anything? Yeah, just go ahead and type it in there. Let me know. Make sure the sound's okay. There's a chat box over there. Yeah, got two people in here. How's the sound quality? How was your Thanksgiving? Everybody have a good one? Some time with family or friends, and hopefully nobody had to work too hard. I have to say that I really enjoyed ours. All the kids were there, grandson, and some other friends, and it was really an enjoyable afternoon. And the food was really good. My youngest son did a bourbon brine turkey. Very good. So hopefully the volume's okay. Let me know. It looks good on my end, but you can never tell. Of course, this only works good if somebody talks and lets me know what's going on. We've got a simple little project we're going to do today. Nothing overly special. Got a couple of speed squares that we're going to modify to make them better for all-around operation. So, yeah, some of you just tell me the audio's good, and then we can get going on the project. And make sure the chat works for somebody other than me. So, it's kind of quiet in here. Mika's over here taking a nap on the floor. So, anyhow. Let's get going. I'm going to start the camera because I'm going to film this from the other camera as well. And we'll get going and explain this project. All right, that one's recording. I'm going to move your view here. Get down to where you guys can see it as well. So what we got here is two just regular Swanson speed squares. The 2-pack was on sale at Menards. These things are the handiest thing for ever. I mean, you can do so much with them already. but they could be better. Now, one of the problems that we have with the speed square is that if you're welding and you've got a weld in there, you can't go in and check it. It runs into the weld. So, simple way to fix that. Get that out of the way. Grab my marker here. So get this positioned the right direction. No, it's not that way. It's not that way. I'll figure this out eventually, guys. Not that way. It's this way. Well, that's a little inconvenient, isn't it? Anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to grab this one. And we're going to take this corner off. Approximately a 45-degree angle. Doesn't have to be perfect. Three-quarters of an inch to an inch. Not a big deal. Nothing spectacular. Let me grab a cutoff wheel here and we'll do that real quick. You can use a hacksaw or a cutoff wheel or the bandsaw. Now, when you're doing welding stuff, you can span over that weld and make sure that you're plumb or square or whatever it is you happen to be working on. So that's the first modification. Pretty easy. Now, the second one is they've got these little notches here, which are great if you're using a pencil to draw a line, but if you're trying to use a Sharpie to draw a line, it still sticks in there. Hey, Miko, stop. It works okay. Move up to this, it works okay, but you got to pay a lot of attention. So what I like to do is I like to, these spacings are 1/4 inch increments. Is that right? 1/4 inch increments. 2. Okay, so 1. Yeah, 1 1/4. Well, we can do better because we've got 1/8 inch markings on here. If we just come back from our marking just a hair, let's draw a straight line across there. So I just got my combination square lined up there where I want my marks. And we're just going to take a scribe. Oh. See, I hold it a little bit better. And we've already got our 1/8 inch increments marked out here. Well, let's make them a little more accurate. Okay, that's enough to get the idea. And we're just going to center punch these. For the moment, I'm skipping over the numbers. Well, we're down to one viewer. And nobody's talking. Kind of hard to make this thing work if nobody's talking. But we'll just keep on with our project. Okay, so you just follow that along the whole length here. And then you need to figure out what size hole you actually need. So this will fit in any hole. This, a sharp Sharpie, or in this case a walkie mark saw, you're going to need just under an 1/8 inch. For your lead here, I like to go here and we're just, once again, just the tip of it. That's just over an 1/8 inch. Well, with this one, since we're doing that, we can't go that small, but we'll do it for the lead size. We'll actually do it for the lead size of the larger one, because this is usually my go-to. Which, once again, is just under an 1/8 of an inch. So let's find ourselves a drill bit. Hey, those are metric. I mean, you could use metric if you wanted to. Now, an 1/8 inch should be just fine for this. I missed the second one here. Let's go ahead and get that one marked. Still nobody chatting. Put a little support under here. If you don't want your holes to touch, you can just step them forward and backward. There we go. And now you can capture your drawing utensil, and it makes it much easier to trace your lines. Yeah, Sharpie doesn't quite fit. So if you want to go up a size so your Sharpie will fit in there, I mean, this will just fit. And since this is for mostly working on metal, oh, you can drill one hole here, next hole back here, and so on, stepping back and forth. And the ones and the actual numbers where you don't have any space here, where you're not going to get a good clean hole, you can step back behind it. 3 is going to be a little hard. There's a D there. But do that all the way out to the end and make your square much more useful. So now you can come up over a weld. Easier to trace your numbers. And you got 1/8 inch increments, not 1/4 inch increments. So that's today's project. I'll finish that later. I'll set that to the side. Some comments would be nice today. Didn't have any comments last week, none at all, which I found extremely interesting. Nobody commented. So what's going on in everybody's lives this week? Like I said, we've been busy with the holidays. I understand that. Not a whole lot of time last week to get a whole bunch of projects done. Move you back to the other view. So you guys can look at my pretty face. Come on. Oh, there we go. Forget that the live stream is behind real time by a few seconds. So any comments we get would be good. Just so I know the thing's working. Work on the large one here. We're going to take off this corner so we don't need to start there. We'll start here. And we'll get a couple of lines on here. There. So we can move back to the other view so you guys can see what I'm doing. Got that one marked there. So we're going to go, this one we're going to mark here. See, even those little scratch marks, it catches the tip. Hey, how's it going? See, somebody else stepped in. How you doing today? Modifying a speed square to work better for metal work. Still no commenties. Well, we've had a few people stop in, but nobody's commenting. Ooh, now the comments are just flying by. I can't read it. Oh, wait. No, nothing's moving. Okay. Hi, Miko. You want to go outside? Okay. All right. I'll be right back. Gonna put Miko outside. If he follows his usual course of action, he'll be out there for 2 minutes and then say, hey, I want to come back in. Guess it's just part of having a dog. He's a really good dog. Let's see, where were we? We're on that one. No. I'm just going to keep plugging away at this. Still no comments. Hey, look at that. You guys can see the top of my head. I'm bald. Moving back to the work view here. Switch camera. Got a couple more marked out here. Get a few of these, more of these marked. Still no comments. I can switch over to watching the weather or something for you guys. You'd rather watch that. Live streams are kind of boring if nobody says anything. Even if it is my pretty face and my cool t-shirt. Let's see. Make sure you guys can see that. Can't be stuck if it's liquid. Get those in our merch shop. Still have no idea if the audio is working or not. Anyways, that's our project for this week. Setting up a couple of these squares. The offset holes work better. That way you can drill a little bit bigger hole. Put a little bigger tool in there. And like I said, it holds it right in place, so you're not trying to hold it into this notch. Oh, I forgot to switch screens back. Oh, no, I didn't. Yeah, there's nobody talking. There's only one person here. And they're not talking. Set the project aside. Evidently, this isn't a good time for a live stream. I have to change it up next week. What time good for a live stream? Let's do this. There you go, guys. You can click on the poll and answer that, and let me know when's the best time for you for a live stream if Sundays at 10 a.m. aren't working. Be nice to have a little more interaction, and if a better time is a better time, let me know. The weekdays are typically bad for me because I can't be in the shop, and I want to be in the shop doing the live streams now. So Sunday is the best day for me, but I can do it anytime on Sunday. So if earlier in the morning, later in the afternoon, in the evening is better, let me know. Put it down in the comments. Put it in the chat. Email me. Something. Because nobody's talking and asking questions. It's really, really hard to keep this going. I get bored talking to myself. Well, at least out loud. In my head, that's a different thing. So I see there's 2 people here. Where are you guys from? Oh, here in balmy Minnesota, it is currently 19 degrees Fahrenheit. I have no idea what that is Celsius, but that's so that's what, 13 degrees below freezing. Yeah, you guys brought me down to talking about weather. Come on, ask a question. Make a statement. Tell me my videos suck. I don't care. Say something. Back down to one viewer. And they ain't talking. Yeah, now you got me scrolling on my phone because nobody's talking. I just had to check something. We proud supporters of our local college hockey team, and just checking to see what their schedule was for next weekend, just to make sure that I can do a live stream Saturday or Sunday next week. I don't think I put that as an option in the poll, but it is what it is. So still only one person here. Nobody talking. I need to find longer projects. Hey, Miko hasn't asked to come back in yet. Kind of amazing. What am I looking for? Oh. Time to get demonetized. Yeah. Boring if I'm just sitting here talking to myself and not in my head. I mean, I can switch over to... I'm learning Fusion 360, and I designed my first actual part yesterday for 3D printing. I don't have a 3D printer. I bought one for my sons last year, so now they have two, and so unfortunately their printer is down right at the moment, taking it apart to do something. I'm not sure what. Anyhow, they're getting it fixed, and gonna test print my part and see if it works right. That's a future video on the channel. I'm doing some upgrades to the dry cut saw and the parts for that. So we'll see if my part fits, or if I have to modify it somehow. I already know one modification that I think it needs, and I may do that after the live stream's over. Or I might do it now during the live stream, and you guys, I just don't know how to share the screen. Yeah, watching me do Fusion, that would be a nightmare. Unless you guys wanted to jump in and chat and tell me what I'm doing wrong and how I can do different things. Because like I said, I'm just learning. YouTube tutorials and trial and error. But I actually made a part, so I'm impressed. The first one that actually came out the way I wanted it to. So I think. We'll see once it's printed if it comes out the way I wanted it to. Check the screen. Okay, everything there is good. Back to this one. We've been going for 47 minutes and 12 seconds. And nobody said anything other than me. Ooh, there's somebody in here. Hey, hi, new person. How's your day going? I already finished today's project. It was a short one. Questions, comments, concerns? Where are you from? Answer the poll over. There's a poll button somewhere to answer. I'm not sure what it exactly looks like on your screen. But you could go into the chat and say hi. Anything. I'm getting really bored here. Oh, there's 3 people here. Hey, new person. Where are y'all from? Let's get some chat going here and make this thing interesting. There's a chat box where you type in the letters, and then I see what you wrote, and I can answer questions and comments. But if there's no questions or comments, I just keep talking to myself like there's nothing going on. So I really need you guys to do your part. I think I'm doing my part. At least I'm trying. So it was 19 degrees here Fahrenheit here in beautiful, chilly Minnesota. Winter has finally arrived. We've had a really, really beautiful fall. In fact, a week ago it was 50 degrees outside. It was absolutely beautiful. But and I spent most of last Saturday outside getting stuff ready for winter, and I'm glad I did, because we've got probably 4.5, 5 inches of snow on the ground now. Snowed about 1.5 inches here last night. And Wednesday night, we probably got 4 inches, maybe 5, depending on where you are. The wind was really blowing, so it was kind of hard to tell exactly how much snow you actually got, because there were drifts, and then right next to it would be a spot that was blowing 100% clear. So, yeah. Go ahead and comment. Let me know, is volume good? I'm assuming these new microphones are working. I can't tell on my end because it's muted on my end, otherwise we'd get feedback. And we don't want feedback, because that would be bad. I've been talking so much, my cigarette went out. So 3 people, no talkers. Come on, guys, help me out here. Not asking for money, I'm asking for words. Not that I wouldn't accept money, that would be just fine. There's that super chat button. You can go ahead and click that, or you can get a membership We're going to start putting some videos will be out early on the membership, and there'll be long uncut video on the membership tab as well. So if you want to see everything that goes into these projects, it's not sped up, it's not overly cut. You can jump around and see exactly how stuff's done and what equipment and tools we're using. It's a good way as a membership to go ahead and get all that extra information. The first one will be going into members area this afternoon. That'll be the last video that was published. There's actually 5 hours of video that went into that one. So it's a long video. I think we ended up at 38 minutes of the edited video. So yeah, you get almost 4.5 hours of extra content at regular speed. Most of that was sped up. So, but yeah, now we're back down to 0 people again, or 1 person. We're at 52 minutes. We're going to go another 8, and then we're going to cut this off unless people start getting in here and talking. Had 25 people stop in. Ooh, somebody else is here. Hey, new person. How's it going today? Sound quality okay? Where are you from? Got any anything interesting to share? Questions? Comments? Ask me anything. Anything would be good. It's hard to do this if nobody's talking. And it's extremely quiet right now. And it's been extremely quiet for the last 54 minutes and 55 seconds. I already finished today's project, so just kind of hanging out. So unless somebody starts talking, we're going to be ending this pretty soon. In like 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes. I'm assuming the chat works. Yeah, just staring at the screen doesn't do anything for me. It makes it a lot harder to keep this going, and if we don't get interaction on both parts. See, I'm trying to do my part. You guys need to do your part. Anything. Yeah, anything would be good. I have to say, Miko's loving the snow. He's out there bouncing around like a puppy every time we go outside. Of course, he is still kind of a puppy. He's just about to turn 2. Nothing like a 160-pound lap dog. Oh, lost another one. Hello, could you log in and tell me if this thing's working properly? Nice sigh, like it was a lot of work. Oh, just woke up. Well, Krabby Toddler can watch Papa on the TV. All right, let me know in the chat if it's working, okay? And if Caleb wants to know anything. So yes, click on it and okay. All right, just let me know in the chat if it's working okay, okay? All right, bye. Yeah, pretty sad when I call people to tell them to log in. I just want to make sure everything's working okay because it's really weird that nobody says anything. So we just need to know if everything's working properly and there's not some setting that I have set wrong and that's why people aren't talking. So, hi, new person. Okay, so can you hear me at all, or is there just no volume whatsoever? So I'm talking, so you should be able to hear me. On the streaming software, it's showing that I'm talking. So yeah, it should be good. Everything on the streaming software looks right. So is that working? How's it? Is it better now? I turned the microphone up a little bit. Hey, buddy, are you watching too? All right, so everything's working. Okay, Well, I'm going to cut it off here for this week, guys, and we'll be back next Sunday at 10 a.m. Thanks for tuning in when you did. Oh, we got a couple people here now. So we can talk, and if you got any questions, comments, it's nice to see that the comments actually work. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's my daughter and my grandson checked in just to make sure that everything was working as it should be. So hopefully that's good. There's a new person here. They want to say something, join the chat. We're going to do a little countdown here, and then we're going to go bye-bye. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, we're out of here. Don't forget to check out the merch store. No, I'll call them out. It's not hard to say hi. Anyways, don't forget to check out the merch store. New t-shirts. Can't be stuck if it's a liquid. And safety first, maybe. All right, guys. See you next week.